Hello, hello, party people. So this is my recap of Blue Locks, episode 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're doing 4 episodes at a time here. As you can see in the upper left is like the first time I got it right. In the upper left, there's Shadow's link to his Twitch channel. He's the one that we're watching this Blue Lock together and reacting to it. He's on Patreon too if you want to look for him. Otherwise, I'm gonna first I have to say there's probably spoilers in it somewhere, so if you don't want to know the spoilers, then you should probably, I don't want to say stop watching, but consider holding off on watching this video. So in season 1, episode 5, right? I believe there's 24 seasons, 24 episodes per season. I think there's only 3 seasons out at this moment. But if I remember correctly, Google said the series is still going on. So just saying. So Isagi, the main character, they're trying to like explain his best attribute. And it turns out, first it starts off as something called the smell for the goals. Like he has a smell for the goals, as in he can find a goal spot and like pass it to the right player, and that player has a decent chance of making the goal. This evolved into something called he calls it spatial awareness, which is basically another term for spatial intelligence. Now, that's just a form of intelligence, mind you, because like you can have like numerical intelligence and you'd be really good at math. So spatial intelligence helps people. In my opinion, I have very high spatial intelligence because I work with, well, in the past at least, I work with my hands a lot, and at some point you're able to tell how far things are, and like in football, for example, it's how far away the ball is from you, how far the other players are from you. This makes me really good at like moving. Like if someone's moving to a different house, different apartment, it makes judging like the length of something. So like I didn't get the tattoos for this sole reason, but you can actually measure a certain point of where one of my tattoos is, and like let's say it goes from here to here. I'm measuring with this ace right here with that card. So like this is what, about like a foot. So if you just line them up, right, you can tell how many feet something is away from. It's just a little trick I picked up, and it did make my life easier having it. But yeah, so they're trying to say that I don't think they have a name for like what his best attribute is. So, but it doesn't necessarily need a name as long as it works. I mean, like they're trying to win fucking soccer games here. So the team they play against is Team W, and this is episode 6, by the way, and it's led by these twins who are I'm not sure who approached who first, but I think the character on Isagi's team by the name of Kwan, he betrays the team after making a hat trick, 3 goals, and the twins exchanged information with each other in terms of Kwan gave him all the details, the formations of Team Z, Isagi's team. So basically, it moves according to the alphabet. Team Z is statistically supposed to be the worst team, and then it goes back into Y, X, etc. If they're facing Team W at the moment, eventually they will face Team V as in victory. Yeah, so they're down 1 player now because like Kwan betrayed them, and Kwan has a point that like the only people that advance are the strikers with the most amount of points. So my only question is, what happens like to a goalie who's typically not shooting or taking shots? So I think this is okay. This is my theory about the whole thing, right? Teams like A through A through U, right? Let's say A as an apple, U as an under. They don't exist. It is only a select group of teams that are facing each other, and that's it. Now, do I have proof of this? No. It's just a feeling I have that this is basically just psychological warfare. Like the moderator, what's his name? The owner. It's not the owner, but like the instructor, the guy in charge of Blue Lock, which is the name of the facility, I believe. We still don't know why it's called Blue Lock. He outlines the rules, and in a goalie's position, he's not going to have an opportunity to take a lot of shots. So wouldn't the goalies be held back and kicked out of the facility because they didn't score any goals? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, is it the lowest ranked team or the lowest ranked players? That's what I don't get. But they'll probably clear this up once they do the This is the last match of like the first bracket, the first round. So there's still a lot of unanswered questions. So I think they're gonna start showing Isagi's talents a little bit more later on. I think that the other members of the team will also start to shine. Like there's still a couple players we really haven't seen like anything amazing from yet. And if you're on the lowest ranked team, Team Z, the last letter of the alphabet, you need everything you can get. So if you notice in some of the episodes, like Isagi is not like the outspoken captain or leader of the team, right? That's some other guy, and I believe it's a guy who's the goalie. He's basically the person in charge and the goalie and almost like a coach at the same time. So he's taking on a lot of different roles, and like if he has 0 goals, does he get kicked out? I feel like there's a misunderstanding between, or maybe they just haven't explained it. That guy, that instructor with the glasses, you see him in the anime. But yeah, in terms of episodes 5 through 8, I would say a decent amount of stuff happens. You do see the betrayal, of course, which is something I think is a really big deal because now they have to change their formation. They're down 1 player. But yeah, it talks about in episodes like 5 and 6, it talks about Isagi's ability to smell a goal, which is basically just, I think, a layman's term to explain spatial intelligence, spatial awareness. But yeah, in my opinion, spatial intelligence is something that can be taught. It's also something that can be passed down, in my opinion. The reason I say it is because my dad has pretty good spatial intelligence. He worked with his hands a lot as well, and it's one thing to know where things go in the trunk of a car, for example, or a truck. It's another thing to put them in the most sensible spots, the spots that make sense. And that's where spatial intelligence comes in. Because if that player goes over there, this player goes over there, there's a certain distance between them that they cover, like the field of vision. Because I'm getting into a completely different topic here. But as predators, if you look at the most dangerous predators in the animal kingdom, including humans, our eyes are in the front, so we can focus on our prey when we're like running up to try to catch them. Now, the ones that aren't predators' prey, like a mouse, for example, the eyes are on the sides of the head, so they can see in multiple directions, but they just can't. If they go to the left or right, that's a pathway to escaping. Now, if they went forward, they would have a smaller field of vision, but they could still see what's ahead of them to a certain extent. That's why in the animal kingdom, prey is chased. So, because prey is chased, the prey doesn't want a predator right in front of them, because they're probably gonna get caught. I had a point with that. But yeah, you just notice like who is, I don't want to say you notice who the good players are, but like, you know, you can tell. You can tell which players like haven't shown their true ability yet, and it's not 100% obvious, but I will say it's what you would expect from an anime. How about a sports anime? But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. Is it in terms of spacing, and you know, the pattern, the layout of the episodes, I agree with it. I mean, every episode has a purpose. In other sports animes, there was some filler. In anime in general, there's always going to be filler. Usually filler is to let the manga catch up to the anime, because you don't want the anime to be ahead of the manga, because the manga is something that can be sold, something to for the company to make money from. It's a whole different process when an anime is like on Crunchyroll, and like obviously the artists and the animators, they get a part of that money, I would assume, because like Crunchyroll is the one that bought the license from them, even if that is just a quote unquote rental license. Now, I think the pace, that's what I meant. The pace of the episodes, I think, is good. Like I said, every episode serves a purpose. I haven't seen any filler, and if the series continues to go on, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a couple episodes that like are for character development and not necessarily related to soccer or football. But I think I have to see more. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's just that I need to see more before I make an accurate judgment on whether I would actually watch this long term, including the new seasons, etc. However many there might be. But yeah, you just notice that certain players are more about the teamwork, but other certain players are about advancing. So I think having a balance of both is ideally what the anime is trying to teach in terms of a lesson. But this is all my theories and whatnot. If you guys want to check out Shadow's Patreon, you could probably get that link from his anime channel. His anime channel is on YouTube, and his Twitch channel is right up there. I'll give you his PlayStation name, but I think he has multiple accounts with different names. Shadow is also doing an anime reading session, so if you guys want to check it out, feel free to check it out. I would assume all his socials are listed somewhere. But other than that, in terms of anime and Blue Lock, I question whether this will re-spark my interest in anime, but like a TV show is a TV show. Like that's the way I look at it. I understand anime is animated, which can be a TV show, or as they say nowadays, a YouTube show. Dude, like YouTube has become regular TV. YouTube is just TV now, where you can only skip some parts of the ads. They want you to get the membership and all that shit, so you don't have to watch the ads. I guess it's a good business model, I guess. But okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you at Season 1, Episode 12, when we look at episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright? Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other.